pretty soon teachers, as essential members of society, will be vaccinated.
She answers questions about whether students should return to in-person classes.
The eyes of, the nation are on Oregon right now.
Well, this month, Oregon is enacting a new law decriminalizing some drugs. This morning, we talk about how the change will impact communities.
And outside, it's mild as we kick things off this morning. I'll let you know about a shift in the weather pattern that might have us agreeing with old Punxsutawney Phil.
Up with KREM begins now.
Your Tuesday morning. Welcome back to Up with KREM. Well, we do want to hear from you. Do you think people should have to take a class to kayak or paddleboard? Well, this is what you have to say so far. Some of you are saying, no, I don't believe that. 74% this morning on your poll on our Up with KREM Twitter. 25% saying yes. As you always know, you could text us your thoughts, 509-448-2000. Coming up in the next half hour, we're going to be talking about a large group of people who really don't agree. And what do you guys think this morning? Do you think those kayakers and paddleboards need a boating education class to now do all those great activities?
Here's where I draw the line. Is the thing I am operating able to injure or hurt somebody else? If I'm driving a car, that has the potential to alter someone else's life. I don't really see a kayak or a paddleboard being something that I could hit somebody on accident and kind of ruin their life. I just don't really see that.
I think it also really depends. We got to look at maybe the class structure too. I mean, in fairness, I think a lot of people are saying, no, but I would love to know what's in this class, like what's required specifically. So maybe that'll answer some more questions. What do you think of that, Jeremy?
Oh, yeah, I got nothing to rebuttal that. Because what if it's just, a 10-question online quiz? Then you might be onto something.
That wouldn't be bad, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're in a water with boaters and motorized vehicles, I think maybe it would be a good idea to kind of have a refresher on maybe how to stay safe with the motorized vehicles out there. Who knows? We'll look into it a little bit more. I have more on that coming up.
Thanks, Dana Marie, but let's take you outside and let you know what's to come on this mild Tuesday. We already hit 50 degrees early on this morning, but temperatures are trending a bit cooler now. We are down to 42 degrees both here in Spokane and over in Coeur d'Alene early on this morning, and that's really the case across much of the inland Northwest. Temperatures trending above where our daytime high temperatures should be. That's thanks to a little bit of wind that we saw overnight, and we're going to hang on to some of that wind today. But when you're talking wind gusts up near 30 miles per hour, I don't think that's something where you have to be worried about any sort of damage. I think maybe a loose chair that's light on your deck might move around, or the empty garbage can might tip over, is really about the extent of it. We're seeing showers down to our south and out to our east. I think those kind of stick around. I think we do see a few sprinkles here in Spokane this morning. And then as they move out to the east later on this afternoon, eventually we should start to see a little bit of sunshine, clear skies overnight, and then tomorrow, I think we really finally start to clear out across the inland Northwest. Today, temperatures trend in the mid-40s for much of the day. We watch those temps dip, see that light round of showers, sun tries coming out, and that keeps us right about where we are in terms of temps all day long.
7:33 this morning as we take a live look at the Capitol right now. As tonight, the police officer who died following last month's attack on the U.S. Capitol will lie in honor in the Capitol Rotunda.
Officer Brian Sicknick died after being hit in the head with a fire extinguisher. It happened when a group of pro-Trump supporters stormed the Capitol building on January 6th, and he later died at the hospital.
Ceremonial arrival will take place tonight, followed by a viewing tomorrow morning. Members of Congress will have a chance to attend that viewing.
All right, let's get to 3 things to know about COVID-19 this morning. Number 1, the world's wealth gap is now leading to what's being called a vaccine gap. New research from Duke University suggests it may take at least 2 years before poor countries can get everyone vaccinated.
The pandemic has exposed and exploited the inequalities of our world.
Health leaders are expecting most developed nations like the U.S. to have most people fully vaccinated by the end of the year. Data from the International Chamber of Commerce predicts if the disparity keeps growing, there will be up to $4 trillion in global economic damage. Number 2, if you have had COVID-19, a new study suggests you may only need 1 dose of the vaccine. Researchers at the School of Medicine of Mount Sinai say people who have recovered from COVID-19 might have as many antibodies after 1 vaccine dose as others who've taken both. The study also finds that people who have never been infected developed antibodies more slowly than those who've recovered from it. The CDC says people should still get vaccinated even if they've had COVID-19. And number 3, Dr. Anthony Fauci says teachers should return to school if they feel safe.
Gabe, I've always been of the opinion that teachers, for so many reasons, are essential to the entire effort. You get them vaccinated, they feel safe, they won't be hesitant to come back to school, the children will be in school, that will be better for society.
Dr. Anthony Fauci spoke with our sister station in Washington, D.C. in an exclusive interview. He also says all essential workers should be vaccinated.
Tim, thank you. Now let's take a look at some of the stories from around the Northwest. So listen up, girl bosses. If you are on the internet, you've probably been recruited to a multi-level marketing business. But a new settlement may give you second thoughts.
Yes, soon the leggings company LuLaRoe will pay $4.75 million to settle allegations from the Washington State Attorney General's office that it's a pyramid scheme. Now, we first told you about this story nearly 2 years ago to the day on the onset of this lawsuit. Attorney General Bob Ferguson says the $4 million settlement will be distributed to 3,000 Washington residents who were recruited to the company. Each person will receive about $1,300 in their pocket.
In Boise, an investigation is underway after someone vandalized a well-known statue of Abraham Lincoln. Now, this also happened back in November in Spokane. The vandals dumped red paint on the statue and its platform. They also left a sign condemning the prison industrial complex. Boise police say they are following up on some leads now.
To the south now, a new law in Oregon officially went into effect yesterday, which decriminalizes the possession of all illegal drugs. The new law removes criminal penalties for low-level drug possession charges and replaces them with a $100 fine, which could be waived if the person seeks treatment. Oregon is the first state in the nation to decriminalize drugs, but it is important for us to clarify this morning that the new law does not legalize those drugs.
Well, coming up after the break, we're talking about this woman and her friends. They're helping not so tech-savvy people in Washington.
Although we're not techie, it's just knowing how to play the game and how to play the system.
How she and her friends in the state of Washington want to help people get signed up for the vaccine.
Plus, a year with COVID-19 has left our entire world so much different than it was this time last year. And in our next half hour, we'll take a look at some of the lasting effects of the pandemic.